how did the idea for the book, which is called Dion, the Rock and Roll Philosopher, Conversations on Life, Recovery, Faith, and Music, how did all that come to be?
I met Dion when I was 12 years old, right? 11, 12, something like that, because I'm getting older. I moved down to Boca Raton, Florida from New Jersey. I was a Jersey kid, right by the bridge, right by the George Washington Bridge. Dion was a big deal. He was a big deal. Even then.
Still is.
And yeah, of course. And look, Dion was really my dad's generation. My dad had 3 8-tracks at the time. He had Johnny Cash's greatest hits. He had Elvis, though, when he wore all in black, and he had Dion's greatest hits. When I moved down here, right around that time, 1985, 86, these movies like Stand By Me, La Bamba, they were all coming out, and there was a revival of the music. So when Dion came to play at our school, I knew it was like a really big deal. I was the only kid, like, from the Northeast. You could hear, like, I guess my Jersey accent. And I was just, I ran up to him after, and I was just obsessed with him. I was asking him questions, and this, kind of like tied to his leg. Well, fast forward, and I'm 30 years old. I leave rehab. I'm an alcoholic and an addict. And my very first meeting I walk into, and Dion's there.
Wow.
And I walk up to him slowly, and I'm nervous, and I'm anxious, and you could hear the voices in my head. Stop it. Don't go introduce yourself. He's going to think you're asking for an autograph. And I walk up to him, and I'm like, hey, Dion, and my name's Adam. He could see I'm nervous as could be. Imagine my first meeting out on my own after rehab. And this is the first person I'm meeting. I'm like, I got your number, but when I was a kid, you came and you sang for us and you talked to us. And he goes, oh my God. He goes, you're that kid? You're that precocious kid? And I'm like, yeah. I'm that kid. He's like, I remember you like yesterday. He's like, so what's going on? I'm like, oh, this is my first meeting. And he passed the seat next to him. He goes, here, have a seat. Have a seat. Welcome.